All right, so we're diving into some breaking news today, and I gotta say it's a weird one.
Yeah, you could say that again.
Tesla Cybertruck explosion outside Trump Towers in Vegas.
You can't make this stuff up.
And get this, they're saying it could be terrorism.
It's definitely got all the ingredients for a major story, that's for sure.
I'm still processing it all, honestly.
Yeah.
What's jumping out to you, listener?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's just the location Trump Towers come on. That's like a magnet for attention.
Right, and then on top of that,
You've got the Cybertruck itself.
yeah, that's a whole other can of worms.
Love them or hate them, those things definitely make a statement.
And then to make it even crazier,
Someone died.
at least one fatality, they're saying.
It's just a recipe for instant speculation.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So, okay, CBS News is the first one to report this, and they're citing multiple sources with knowledge of the investigation.
Right.
But they're not naming names.
Yeah.
Is that normal for a breaking news story like this?
It's not unheard of, especially when you're dealing with a sensitive investigation like this.
Okay, but doesn't it kind of make you wonder how reliable these sources really are?
I mean, it definitely raises some questions.
Like, who are these people exactly?
Yeah, are they law enforcement?
Or maybe someone who works at Tesla.
Could even be eyewitnesses, I guess.
I mean, depending on who they are, it could totally change how we see this whole thing.
Absolutely. And you have to remember, CBS is probably trying to get this information out as fast as possible.
Yeah, they want to be the first to break the story.
Exactly. So it's possible they haven't had time to fully vet their sources or confirm all the details.
Makes sense. Okay, so let's talk about this terrorism angle.
Yeah, that's the big question, isn't it?
CBS News' sources are bringing it up, but what would investigators actually look for to figure out if that's a real possibility?
Well, first, got to remember what terrorism actually is, right?
Yeah, it's not just any act of violence.
It's got to be about more than that. It's got to be intended to create fear.
And to push some kind of political or ideological agenda?
Exactly. So in this case, they'd be trying to figure out if there's something more to this explosion than just a terrible accident or maybe like a personal grudge.
Okay, so like what specifically would they be looking for?
Well, was there any kind of warning beforehand?
Or maybe a claim of responsibility after the fact?
Right. Those are big ones. They'd also be checking to see if the truck was tampered with in any way.
You mean like if someone rigged it to explode?
Exactly. Because if that's the case, then obviously it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
So, listener, while we wait for more information to come out, what do you think? I mean, what parts of this are sticking out to you?
It's still so early in the investigation.
Things could change drastically as more information comes out.
That's for sure.
It's definitely a story we need to keep our eyes on.
And our minds open.
But we also got to be patient and wait for the facts to come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like putting together a puzzle,
Yeah.
you know? You need all the pieces before you can really see the whole picture.
That's a great analogy. So what do you think, listener? What would it take to prove or disprove this terrorism angle once and for all?
What kind of evidence would be so clear that there's no room for doubt?
That's the question we're all waiting to get answered.
Keep thinking about that, listener, as this story unfolds.
And we'll be back soon with more updates as they come in.
See you next time.